This episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime. From streaming to shopping, Prime helps you get more out of your passions. So whether you're a fan of true crime or prefer a nail-biting novel from time to time, with services like Prime Video, Amazon Music, and fast free delivery, Prime makes it easy to get more out of whatever you're into or getting into. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to learn more.
They say to only bring what you can carry. So with the all-new 2025 Ford Expedition Tremor, bring a lot. Like 3 dirt bikes, a few tents, an entire crew ready to make memories. A panoramic 24-inch display, and the confidence to push your limits. The all-new 2025 Ford Expedition Tremor.
Always consult the owner's manual before off-road driving. Know your terrain and trail difficulty and use appropriate safety gear. Max payload varies based on accessories and vehicle configuration. See label on door jamb for carrying capacity of a specific vehicle. Always properly secure cargo.
This episode is brought to you by Dogfish Head Craft Brewery. The Grateful Dead and Dogfish Head have gotten the band back together with the release of Grateful Dead Juicy Pale Ale, a light-bodied pale ale brewed with sustainable Kernza grains, granola, and heaps of good karma for a refreshing brew that's music to your taste buds. Available nationwide. Visit dogfish.com to find Grateful Dead Juicy Pale Ale in your neck of the woods. Dogfish Head Craft Brewery is located in Milton, Delaware. Please drink responsibly.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Buying a car shouldn't eat up your week. That's why Carvana made it convenient. Car buying that fits around your life, not the other way around. You can get pre-qualified for an auto loan in just a couple of minutes and browse thousands of quality car options, all within your terms, all online, all on your schedule. Turn car buying into a few clicks and not a full week's endeavor. Finance and buy your car at your convenience on Carvana. Financing subject to credit approval. Additional terms and conditions may apply.
You don't technically need this car. You say that out loud to yourself. You say, I have no space. You say, I'm just looking. Then you click. Then you zoom in on photo number 87 and whisper, oh no. Then you text a friend, the one who always enables you. You say to yourself, this is the last one, knowing it is not. You don't need this car. But maybe, just maybe, this car needs you. Bring a trailer. It's never just a car.
The final week of Eagles training camp kicked off on Monday, and they're trying to lock in for the start of the NFL season in about a little over 2 weeks. Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is, covering news, notes, and opinions on your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, right here on the Eagles Pinpool Podcast Network. I'm your host, Phil Stiefel. You can also find me hosting Trending in the AM Monday through Friday on the STT Sports Network at 8 a.m. live. Link down below today's episode. Make sure you bring your thoughts and opinions on everything we're talking about here and everything going on in Philadelphia sports. So make sure you check that out. I'd greatly appreciate it. Guys, the final week of training camp officially kicked off on Monday, and there's lots going on. The Eagles are trying to lock in. Players are trying to earn roster spots, and players are trying to get healthy. First and foremost, late Sunday after recording this, the Eagles made a trade for John Mechie III, wide receiver from the Houston Texans, for Harrison Bryant, basically flopping draft picks along the way that had already been flopped in the earlier trade this offseason with them, where we got Kenyon Green for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. So basically, in the end, we got John Mechie III and Kenyon Green for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and tight end Harrison Bryant, who wasn't going to make the roster anyway. The John Mechie trade was kind of surprising, kind of shocking, as our wide receiver room is already pretty crowded. We're going to learn more. He wasn't even at practice yet on Monday, as the trade has not been officially announced by the league yet. With A.J. Brown, his injury with his hamstring, did not practice again on Monday. Does it bring any concerns? I don't know. Does it bring concerns about Aniyah Smith or training camp standout Darius Cooper making the team? Maybe there's going to be a logjam and some tough decisions made at the wide receiver position. Anyway, Monday's practice. First off, A.J. Brown and Landon Dickerson did not practice. As I said, another day of no A.J. If we get into next week and he's not practicing still, then we'll be a little bit concerned. Kenyon Green was back at practice in a limited fashion. Lane Johnson, who's still resting and helping other guys get reps, was also a limited participant in practice. Obviously, first thing up in practice is who is at cornerback and who's playing at cornerback. Adoree Jackson was up first again with the ones. Mac McWilliams subbed in with the ones. Cooper DeJean took reps at the one on the outside as well in base formations. And Keely Ringo did not take a single snap and it with the first team offense or first team defense. That is a big, big telling sign. Vic Fangio said before practice how disappointed he is that no one has grabbed that job. And he said this competition is going to go on straight through the third preseason game this weekend. Even Jacorian Bennett got more first-team reps than Keely Ringo. Not a good side for Keely. I think it was a long shot for him not to make the team with his special teams ability, but Monday's practice was definitely a telling sign. Zach Bond was back practicing in full with the 11-on-11 drills and stuff like that. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. was up first with him, but Jahad Campbell got a lot of reps as well. And he had a very good run of reps with Zach Bond. A nice pass breakup at Dallas Goedert, was step for step with Saquon Barkley out of the backfield, had a couple batted balls of Jalen Hurts. Jahad Campbell, in my opinion, is still the guy that will be starting. That's not a knock on Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Still the guy, in my opinion, that will be starting at linebacker. And then when they slide him outside to get pass rushing, that is when you'll see Jeremiah Trotter on the field. Obviously, with the John Mechie III coming into play and coming into the fold at wide receiver, it was a good day for Darius Cooper to have a very good practice. Beat Keely Ringo on a couple plays today. Again, Keely Ringo just can't win at practice anymore. So that's something there to keep an eye on. Darius Cooper, Anaya Smith battling, I guess, in my opinion, for the final wide receiver roster spot. They probably wouldn't keep 7. So that means one of those two guys will be your last guy in the wide receiver room there. We'll continue to monitor the A.J. Brown injury, but that is something that we'll have to wait and see. Tanner McKee got banged up a little bit ways through practice with his hand, kept flexing it and holding it. Trainers looked at him. He did not come in and practice anymore. Kyle McCord did, after a really bad preseason game on Saturday, have a bit of a bounce-back day. All reports are that he practiced really well. Jahan Dotson, another guy at the wide receiver room, who will make the team unless he's traded, did get good separation on a play with Quinion Mitchell, reeling in a pretty big pass. Darian Kennard got snaps at left guard over Brett Toth today. Not sure why. Whether Landon Dickerson plays or not, you would think Brett Toth would be that guy, but I guess they are working some other things out there. So Darian Kennard getting some snaps there was really good. Kylan Granson got some tight end 1 reps over Dallas Goedert and Grant Calcaterra. Now with Harrison Bryant gone in the John Mechie trade, if they keep 3 tight ends. And I say that as an if, because they have kept 2 tight ends multiple times over the last 7 years. If they do, obviously he's the guy. E.J. Manuel had a bad practice, dropped some balls. Kylan Granson would be that 3rd tight end at this practice. Patrick Johnson continued to shine at practice on Monday with 2 more sacks. He was really the only defensive edge rusher, linebacker guy, outside linebacker guy that really popped in notes today. Trevor Keegan continues to have a really bad camp and had more bad snaps as a backup center, was on the roster all of last year, but could be on the roster bubble on that offensive line there. Will Shipley had some really good runs and separation. He looks primed to have a breakout season as your second running back. Final stats on Jalen Hurts for the day: 18-25, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Definitely locking in here. A.J. Brown was named the 29th best player in the NFL on their top 100 list. The 5th Eagle to be named, Jordan Mailata, 69. Cooper DeJean, 60. Quinion Mitchell, 49. Jalen Carter, 43. Now A.J. Brown at 29. Jalen Hurts and Lane Johnson, probably the other 2 that will be up next. There's only 2 more practices left of quote-unquote training camp, with the final game being on Friday. And then final roster's got to be locked in on the 26th. Final little note, with Monday Night Raw in town in Philadelphia on Monday, 2 Philadelphia Eagle fans, Trick Williams and Nikki Bella, were in town for practice. Trick Williams was actually a part of the Eagles training camp back in 2021 before he started his wrestling career. And obviously Nikki Bella, always a big Eagles fan, as a big wrestling fan. Always think that's cool to see, guys. Everybody have a great Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow with more information from another practice, guys, and anything else that's happening, with the Eagles. Guys, go Birds.
Now at Chipotle, our all-new Chipotle Honey Chicken brings Chipotle heat with a touch of sweet. Seared smoked peppers and savory Mexican spices, blended with a hint of pure honey for a perfectly balanced sauce. All combined with fresh, tender chicken hot off the grill, served up in your favorite burrito or bowl. New Chipotle Honey Chicken. takes heat and sweet to a whole new level. But it's only at Chipotle for a limited time. Order now in the app for pickup or delivery. Chipotle, for real.
This episode is brought to you by Wayfair. Podcasts follow us everywhere. Whether you're cooking in the kitchen, chilling in the living room, or pretending to fold laundry in the bedroom. And with Wayfair, every one of those rooms can tell a story of its own. Their curated collections of furniture styles and prices make Wayfair the trusted destination to turn your home into your happy place. Shop everything home at wayfair.com with free and easy delivery straight to your door.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Discover Ralph's Club New York, the new fragrance by Ralph Lauren. With blackcurrant, vanilla, and sandalwood, this scent embodies the sensuality and confidence of Usher. Like the city that never sleeps, this masculine fragrance lasts for 12 hours. Ralph's Club New York. Ralph Lauren. Shop now at Macy's.com.
Hellmann's believes they can turn any mayo hater into a lover. So, if you know someone who thinks mayo equals bland, show their taste buds the truth and challenge them to try Hellmann's flavored mayo. With irresistible flavors like Hellmann's spicy mayo, garlic aioli, chipotle, and Italian herb, they'll be eating their words. Challenge haters to try Hellmann's flavored mayo and get them to eat their words. Learn more at hellmanns.com/eatyourwords.
Hey there, travelers. Kaylee Cuoco here. Sorry to interrupt your music, great artist BT Dubs, but wouldn't you rather be there to hear it live? With Priceline, you can get out of your dreams and into your dream concert. They've got millions of travel deals to get you to that festival, gig, rave, sound bath, or sonic experience you've been dreaming of. Download the Priceline app today, and you can save up to 60% off hotels and up to 50% off flights. So don't just dream about that trip. Book it with Priceline.
Go to your happy price, Priceline.
Bubbles up.